So literally, since I bought the product, I put it on end of October, and I've only taken it off when I shower, and then it goes straight back on. And I've noticed a very profound difference because, as I said, you kind of position it as EMF mitigation, but it does this kind of regeneration thing, which for me, that was the value that I've received. Because I'm like, oh, wow, I'm feeling a lot bit like just different. So would you like to hear what I've noticed in myself?
I would love to hear that. I love these stories. Yes.
So I've got a young son, he's 18 months, and we've now cracked the code of getting him to sleep throughout the night. So we've just cracked the code. However, up until that point, we had very much not cracked the code, sometimes 4 times a night. And, before the arrival of our son, very big on sleep. I dialed everything in. I'm a detox coach. I tick all the boxes in terms of EMF, mitigation, sleep, nutrition, all the stuff. So I know that when you're getting interrupted sleep, it's going to have an impact. And what I was noticing was, even though I was keeping everything dialed in, because of the consistent interrupted sleep, I could see I was run down and prone to maybe picking up a little sore throat. I could just tell it. Then started wearing the pendant. And what I noticed was something would come and it would go very quickly. As in, normally you think, oh no, something's coming. And then it would you get it's coming, and then it would just disappear. And I was like, that's interesting. That's really interesting. So that's one thing. Energy has been, in the gym has been really interesting. Just going in and just having really good extra pump. Because you kind of think, oh yeah, it's just, feel good today. And then I was consistently feeling good. The last thing, which is really fascinating, is with my hair. So I turned 40 in June last year, so now entered my 40s. And I was going grey in my kind of early mid-30s when I was going through my health issues, and I detoxed and I reversed it. And I was like, great. So then it's been quite consistent. But then the last couple of years, the greys started creeping in, and because my hairstyle, it's really exposed, you can see the grey. And that's pretty much reversed again. So again, I'm just like, that's bananas. And I'm going to my wife, can you see? And she's like, yeah. And she's like, oh, I don't know. I was showing her pictures of 3 months ago. Look at that. She's like, oh yeah, it looks different. Here's the thing, just a caveat, I do a lot of stuff, right? I'm very health focused. I'm always proactively detoxing. I do a lot of stuff. So I'm not saying to everyone there's a magic bullet with health. We all know that's not the case. However, adding this into all the other things I've done, I've noticed there's a bit more energy. My hair's starting to fill out and the greys are going. So that's what my intuition's saying I've noticed since I've been wearing the product. So very powerful.
You bring up an interesting point, Adam, because I have felt that there are people who are on the healthier side, where they're biohackers or they're really been intentional about their health for years, right? This is actually, it's like taking them to a level that they just couldn't reach. It was also almost an elusive point that they were trying to get to. They knew their body could get to it. They've tried lots of different things. They've been consistent with their health, but it's been elusive. And I think that the EMF holds us back just a little bit, and this gives us the energy to get over that hurdle to that next elusive state. So that's interesting.
It's very subtle. And again, I'm really connected to intuition, and that's from cleansing. It's like so many people through the process, and all of a sudden these 6 senses switch back on. So I'm really dialed into my intuition, and my intuition is saying, don't take this off. That's what's coming through. And I'm like, okay, cool. I'll keep it on. So yeah, very, very subtle, but it's very much sold in technology and very wow. And I love it. I just love how how grand intervention happens. I'd been at the conference 3 days. I'd seen you guys. I was planning to go over. I get caught in the conversation with that lady. Just her energy sells it in. I'm like, listen, we've spoke for 30 minutes. I like your energy. I'm going to go buy it. Why not? And we briefly spoke for 2 minutes, and I was like, hey, how you doing? And then that was that, and I went on my merry way.
That's awesome. And so how long ago was that? Just to give people a perspective of what they could somewhat expect. Because people ask me all the time, hey, how quick will I notice something? What was it for you?
So the event was in end of October. I didn't put it on until I got home. So, let's say conservatively, beginning of November, I put it on. It's kind of subtle because you just crack on with your life, and all of a sudden you're like, oh, it's not an instant, oh, I feel great. It's slowly built over time, right? It wasn't an instant, boom. It was oh, okay, I'm just feeling everything's just improving slowly, and what I can't put my finger on it. Oh, could it be I'm wearing this thing? Again, it's very similar to detox. I say, listen, just get your head down and just do it, and then you'll just notice things as you go through. I just started seeing things subtly over time, to a point where I'm like, okay, now it's in my awareness now. For me, it's subtly creeped in, where, you know, oh, I'm not getting sick, and I'm not sleeping. I'm hardly sleeping. Like, honestly, you wouldn't believe some of the nights I had awake 5 times, and it was like, I cannot survive. And then I've got to work the whole day because I'm, you know, here serving people, and then going to the gym that day and still feeling like I've still got energy. This is interesting, you know. Things like that. You notice these things, and then you're thinking, what have I done? What have I done? What have I done? And then, you know, so then eventually over time, your brain starts to figure out, oh, actually, I'm not doing anything different. Maybe it's this. You know, so it's that. It's like how the brain computes, and that's how I computed it over time, because I literally didn't think about it. I just put it on and then just cracked on, and then probably, you know, a month in, I'm like, I think it's the necklace. I'm going to keep it on. So that was my experience.
And so now we're just a couple months. It's just been two and a half months. So
it's probably been 2.5 months, yeah, since the conference. So yeah, I'm really impressed with this technology, and as I said, it's an EMF mitigation, but I think it's so much more, because it's charging you up. And honestly, I'm just really glad I ended up just on a whim buying your products, because honestly, I literally on a whim, I was just like rolling in the good energy. I love conferences because I just love being submerged in just random I love it. And I was in this conversation like, yeah, I'm gonna buy this. Why not? You're like in this shopping spree energy. Yeah, I'll grab that. And I'm really glad I did. And it's been fantastic to connect with you, Dan, because it's honestly, I've seen a lot of EMF protection products over the years, and this is that and more. You know, so I really recommend you guys and what you're doing. And I know we just got an affiliate code set up, so I'll put that in the show notes. I would highly recommend, if you're inspired from this conversation, just buy the pendant and just see how you get on. Like, that's very, very affordable product, and just see how you get on. And that, I mean, I literally, you've heard my testimony. So yeah, I'm really impressed with what you guys do. So technology like this is so important in terms of what you're bringing out, because not only does it protect with EMF mitigation, it actually charges you up as well. So I think it's very powerful.